Hi, my name is Jong I'm one of the senior assistant instructors with the Bak Fu Pai system, and this is my ballistic warm-up routine. Going to start with your feet shoulder width apart, hands by your side, relaxed, nice relaxed position. Move your head up and down. And rotate side to side. And you're going to go ear to shoulder. You're going to take your shoulders and roll them forward. And rotate backward. Bring your arms up, bending at a 90-degree angle. These are called scarecrows, rotating at the shoulder. Now I'm going to take my left foot forward. I'm going to keep my right arm straight and do big rotations. And back. Now switch your feet. Your right foot will be forward. Take your left arm, big rotations forward. And back. Bringing your feet shoulder width apart again. We're going to do elbow circles in. And switch direction. Elbow circles out. Put your hands out in front of you. I'm going to do wrist circles outwards. And switch direction, bring them inwards. And finger waves. Now back to the chest, we're going to do back slaps. And torso twists. And on these torso twists, I like to change the levels of my hands, and I can get different stretches in my lats and my rhomboids depending on the level of my hands. Also changing the angle. Now you're going to bring your feet slightly wider and shoulder width apart, hands on your hips, big hip circles. Switch direction. Going to bring your feet and knees together, hands on your knees, knee circles. And switch direction. And forward and back on the knees, just a few times. Now you're going to bring your right foot out, balancing on your left leg, heel toes, touching the mat. Then circles in and circles out. Switch your feet, left foot, heel toes, Circles in. And circles out. I'm going to drop over my right leg. And turn my foot up. And switch sides slowly, dropping over the left leg. And turn the foot up. And transition to hanging over, bending over. Arms crossed, small bounces. Hanging over the right knee. And the left knee. Back to center. Light bounces over the front. Moving over the right knee. And the left knee. And back to center. Now slowly come back up, rolling up the spine until you get to your head, straight up. Bring your feet back to shoulder width. And that was my ballistic warm-up routine for Bak Fu Pai. Okay, now that we've done our ballistic stretching routine, we're going to go into a warm-up. So we're going to start with our feet slightly wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to turn the toes out slightly. We're going to start with squats. Now, for these squats, I'm going to drop to below parallel. And what we're working on here is to prime our legs to get ready to hold a horse stance. So after the 5th squat, I'm going to sink down into my horse stance. A proper horse stance should have your thighs parallel to the ground and then bring your posture upright as much as you can. You want to shoot for about 20 seconds here. If you can go longer, and if you can't, just work your way up to it. But this will help develop a lot of strength in the legs. Keeping that posture nice and upright here. Hands straight out. Now after 20 seconds, we're going to bring our hands here and drop into a push-up position. And we're gonna do 10 slow push-ups. Now with these push-ups, you wanna be thinking about your body lowering and raising on its own away from the ground, as opposed to using your arms to push your body up, because you'll exhaust your arms a lot faster that way. It's about a mind-muscle connection here. Now, if you can't do a full push-up, you can modify this movement by dropping to your knees from your toes and working the push-up from here. Making sure that you keep your core tight throughout the course of the movement. Now, after I've completed all of my push-ups, I'm gonna walk my feet forward, keeping my knees low. We're gonna work sit-outs. So your left foot and your right hand stay on the ground as your right leg kicks through. And then you're gonna switch. Left hand, right leg stays on the ground, like so. Now, for the sake of working your core, you can change the angle at which you kick your leg through. So I can kick more to the back, or I can kick forward, which works more oblique. So you can change angles here to have something to work up to. Now from here, we're gonna sit out One last time, dropping to our back. We're gonna do 15 sit-ups. And if you can't do a full sit-up or 15, you can modify by pulsing up like this to prime the abs. And as another modification, you can place your hands on the ground right behind you and do some bicycle kicks. This will work a little bit more lower abs. And you can work your way up to bringing your hands out and holding a V pose while you do your bicycle kicks. All right, now that I've completed my bicycle kicks or the modification, I'm gonna lie flat on my back, working my technical get-ups. So I'm gonna rock to my right side, bringing my right elbow and left palm on the ground. My left knee will stick up in the air and my left heel will be as close to my butt as possible. Then I'm going to press up off my palms, bring my right foot behind my right hand, standing up, and then straight back down. Palms on the ground, right heel through. I'm gonna rock to my left side, doing the same thing. All right, now we've completed the warm-up routine. Thank you. All right, now that we've completed our full warm-up, we're gonna move into our neutral training position, which is a tall horse stance. From this tall horse position, we're gonna come into a double lifting fist fighting position. You're gonna bring your fist 45 degrees away from your body and 45 degrees apart. This position is gonna feel really funny for a while. So from here, we're gonna work a double palm strike. So up and back into our double lifting fist position. Up and back. Now with this maneuver, we can practice it a few different ways. We can work dynamic tension, flexing every muscle in your body as you push out, and nice and relaxed, coming back into your double lifting fist fighting position, like so. You can work dynamic tension, coming out, and fast and quick back. Or you can work fast out, dynamic tension, coming back. While I'm doing this maneuver, watch my spine. Make sure that you keep your torso connected to the movement. Now, as I'm doing this move, it's important to keep my torso connected to the movement in my arms. So we rotate like this. And now that we've gotten a feel for this motion, let's go ahead and execute 10 quick reps to top it off. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now transitioning from our double palm strikes, we're gonna go into a spear fist, return fist. So I'm gonna start this movement by dropping my left hand and bringing it up, firing out the spear fist at about throat level. Then as I bring my left hand back, firing my right return fist over their guard, and then bringing it back. Now, as I get better at this movement, I can start combining them. So as your left hand comes back, your right hand goes out, and vice versa. Really connecting the movements with a push-pull. All the while incorporating the same movement with my core and my spine. Coming up on the spear fist and down on the return fist. Okay, now that we've completed our spear fist, return fist, we're going to go into shattering the bridge blocks. So maintaining that same spinal connection, coming up, we're going to spread our hands apart, then form a right fist, bringing your forearm perpendicular across your center line and meeting it with your left hand at your elbow. Now it's important to note that as you create the fist, you're going to completely close the hand and bring the thumb across, not point it out, so you can jam your thumb. Here. Now it's important to note the spinal connection as I'm executing these blocks, sinking my core as I drop into the block. When I bring my rear hand to the elbow, I'm priming it to guard my center line and get ready to throw a strike right behind the block. So we're up, we throw the block, and then we're throwing the punch right behind it. Up, block, punch. Up, block, punch. Let's work on just the blocks. We'll do 5 per side. Once you've gotten used to the motion, you can work it faster. And once you've gotten comfortable with this motion, add the punch behind it. Okay, now that we've started the application of all of this, we're going to move into lesson number 1. We've already focused on the first 3 moves, which are your shattering the bridge block, right sun punch high, left sun punch low. Now we're going to add 4 more moves, a right and left sun punch high, and then a lunge forward towards your opponent, bringing a right elbow to the jaw and rotating with a left elbow behind the ear, resetting back to our fighting position. All right, let's go ahead and transition into working the first 4 moves of lesson number 2. So it starts the same except without any footwork. So you're going to execute a left shattering the bridge block, expansion, contraction, followed by a right sun punch high, left sun punch low. Except from here, we are now going to throw a outer splitting palm to the throat. One more time. Here, right sun punch high, left sun punch low, outer splitting palm to the throat. And let's go ahead and do it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now that we've done the left side, let's go ahead and work the right side. So it's going to be a right shattering the bridge, left sun punch high, right sun punch low, left splitting palm to the throat. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Now that we've done both sides, let's go ahead and alternate each side for 4. Let's starting with the left side, starting with number 1. Now the right side, back to the left side, and the right side again. Okay, and now we're going to finish with today's meditation. So we're going to be doing some Bak Fu Pai Qigong. Here are a few basic key pointers to doing Bak Fu Pai Qigong. You want to make sure that you don't have any metal touching your body, any jewelry or watches or anything like that. Try not to eat or drink 2 hours before or an hour after meditation. Don't let anyone or any pets touch you during the course of your meditation. Always keep your eyes closed throughout the duration of the meditation, and if you need to come out of it at any point, make sure that you take 3 full deep breaths to come out of the meditation. And always make sure that your tongue is touching the roof of your mouth where your teeth and your gums meet throughout the course of the meditation. Now there are 3 types of breathing that we do in Bak Fu Pai Qigong, starting with full breaths. It would be a breath in which you would fill your belly and your chest and let it out completely, filling your lungs entirely. So that would be a full breath. Then we have belly breathing or percentage breathing, in which you inhale and only fill your belly portion. And with belly breathing, you're going to exhale the precise percentage of breath as prescribed in the meditation. Finally, we have natural breathing, which occurs after you've finished your breathing combination to begin the meditation. And that's just using 40 to 60% of your lung capacity, not thinking about your breath, doing the type of breathing that you do all day. Once you finish the meditation, you take 3 full deep breaths to come out of the meditation. So today's meditation is floating arms. Our breathing combination is 50, 40, 5. And we'll be doing this movement, bringing our arms up to shoulder height, making sure not to flex the wrists too much, like so. This would be floating hands. We want to make sure that we're not doing this. We want to make sure that we're doing floating arms. And we would do 18 repetitions of this through the course of the meditation. So now let's begin. You'll start the meditation with your legs crossed. Now go ahead and close your eyes, making sure that your hands are on your knees and your tongue is touching the roof of the mouth where your teeth and your gums meet. Now you're going to begin your first full deep breath, full belly, full chest, and exhale completely. Take your second full deep breath, full belly, full chest, and exhale completely. Now take your third full deep breath, full belly, full chest, and exhale completely. Now you're going to take your first full belly breath, full belly only. Exhale what you think 50% of that breath is. Inhale full belly only, and exhale completely. Take your second full belly breath, full belly only. Exhale what you think 40% of that breath is. Inhale full belly only, and exhale completely. Now take your final full belly breath, full belly only. Exhale what you think 5% of that breath is. Inhale full belly only, and exhale completely. Now from here, we'll begin natural breathing using 40 to 60% of your lung capacity. You don't need to think about your breath. Make sure that your eyes remain closed and your tongue continues to touch the roof of your mouth where your teeth and your gums meet. Now you can begin the motion. So we'll do 18 repetitions of floating arms.
Once you've completed your 18th repetition, you're going to rest your hands on your knees, taking 3 full deep breaths, full belly, full chest, to come out of meditation. Once you've taken your 3 full deep breaths,